Hey guys, Gino here. Today I'm going to shoot my Glock 17 Gen 5 and I'm going to discuss it just a little bit. I'm not going to spend too much time on actually all the specs of the pistol. And it is kind of windy. I did put some foam on there to hopefully block the sound a little bit. And better yet, maybe if I just start shooting as quick as possible, the gun being fired will help block out that wind. So just real quick, it is the Gen 5 Glock 17. So apparently there are over 20 improvements or changes from the Gen 4. Like I said, I don't want to get into it too much, but the big ones, the finish. It has a deeper, darker finish, which some people like it and some people don't, just like everything. Everyone's got an opinion. It does have the ambi slide release. There are no finger grooves, which again, some people like that, some don't. I like both, so to me it doesn't matter that much. One of the things they did do is this front cutout, which a lot of people are complaining that it kind of pinches when they do a mag change. It pinches the bottom of their hand, and I haven't had that problem. Maybe I don't change magazines fast enough that I'm pinching my hand, but also it does have a slightly flared magazine well, which I guess if you're changing them really fast, it'll help guide it right in and pinch your hand. One of the other things is for years people kind of complained about the front of the slide and the frame being squared off, and so they did bevel it, and it's a little more aesthetically pleasing. It doesn't really do anything for the gun that I know of, other than I guess it could, if you're holstering it, help it to holster smoother. But the big thing, and like I said, there's over 20, and I just covered a couple. Let me think. Oh, the magazine release. So one thing, that's reversible, and I did reverse it because I'm a left-handed shooter, and it really did only take me a couple of minutes. It's very simple to reverse the magazine release. So one of the biggest things, or important things to me, you know, when I considered buying it, when I did buy it, was the marksmanship barrel. It's supposed to help improve accuracy overall of the handgun, and it probably does. The older Glocks were more accurate than I am, so this one is definitely in that same category. It'll outshoot me. I guess to find the actual accuracy, you'd probably have to put it in a ransom rest, and that's how you get it. So, and the last thing, they said they improved the trigger pull, and the gun is clear. You know, Glock isn't known for a great trigger pull, so the Gen 5 trigger pull, wow, man, that is like butter. No, actually it feels like a Glock trigger to me. I don't really notice anything different. It seems like the typical Glock trigger pull. Okay, so today what I want to do is shoot basically from 10 yards out to 101 yards. And I'm going to test out this marksmanship barrel and this improved trigger. And so the best way to start this video is probably if I just do 2 or 3 or 8 or 10 magazine dumps on these 10-yard targets. And I do have a Glock 19 also, which if you look at the videos that I have previously, you'll see that I have one. So I'm going to use the 3 magazines that came with this handgun and the 3 that came with the Glock 19X. They'll fit in this handgun just fine, and that'll help speed things up a little. So let me go ahead and readjust the camera, and I will start shooting. Let's zoom in a little bit on these. zoom out of there and start shooting at some of these other targets. Like I said, the two silhouettes I just shot at were about 10.2 yards. Then you basically got 15, 20, 30, 40, 50, a little under 80, and 100. But right now, let's shoot at the closer in ones right in that area, 15, 20, 30, 40. I'm going to go ahead and pull back from there and zoom in on the 50, it's a little over 50 yards. Okay, hopefully there's not too much wind noise. Alright, let's, oops, wrong way. Let's try and hit that 77-yard target right there. Try to get the camera level. Oops. Alright, I think that's it for the zoom. Okay guys, let's come out of that 77-yard target. Let me find the 100-yard target. There it is. Let's see if I have any luck on that. Pretty happy with the 77-yard target. It was that marksman barrel was good stuff, I guess. Alright, let me get this fixed. Okay, there we go. We are zoomed in on the 101-yard target. Let's see if we have any luck there. A few times, not every time, but it's okay. Just zoom back out of the 100 there. And here we go. Alright. Put this over here. Alright guys, just to let you know that kind of ends the shooting portion of the video today. As promised at the beginning, I was going to give you some of my impressions of the Glock 17 Gen 5 and give you the distances to the targets. So first let's talk about the handgun a little bit. I really enjoyed firing it. The recoil is very, very manageable. I was using the Fiocchi or Fiocchi, I'm not exactly sure how you pronounce that, but the 124 grain full metal jacket. So that's the ammunition I was using today. That may help. You may get a little bit of a difference if you're using 115 grain, but not much. A little bit heavier bullet may make it just a little bit softer recoil. But I will say this, Glock 17, very enjoyable to shoot. The only thing that, and the Glock trigger is the Glock trigger. I can't tell a difference. I have a Glock 19X, this Glock, and a Glock 20, and they all seem the same to me. So you'd probably, need someone at the expert level or something like that to actually discern that difference in the trigger. I can't tell. It just seems like a Glock trigger, which I don't mind Glock triggers. The other thing I really don't mind is the ergonomics of the handgun. Some people really have a problem with the hump here. They like the 19 better, not the 19X, because it has the same hand grip as the 17, but the 19 has less of a hump here because it has a shorter grip, shorter magazine well. But I've never had a problem with that. It feels good to me. I like it. The only thing, and I didn't cover this at the front of the video, that I've changed on this handgun is I did put the Trijicon Night Sights on it. So they're tritium inserts, and what really makes it pop is that front sight has the insert in the center for nighttime, but it also has the orange fiber optic that it just really pops when you're taking aim at the targets, whether it's the white targets or the black targets out there. That orange, when you line up that front sight, it's really, really nice. It gives you a good sight picture. So overall, my impressions of the handgun, I really do like it. The only, I'm trying to think of something negative. I didn't do really fast mag changes, so I didn't pinch my hand. So for me, the handgun is a keeper, and it's not even that dirty. I fired, a few hundred rounds, and there's maybe, a little bit of the smoke and carbon near the muzzle end, but overall, it held up pretty well. So, real quickly, let's go ahead and range out the targets. And again, that's the Laser Rangefinder I used to range the targets. Try and be as accurate as possible when I range these targets. So the first two to the front left that I fired the most at were the two 10.2 yard silhouettes. The next one is we have the black 6-inch gong that is at 15.4 yards. Then the black and white dual gongs right there, and they're at 21.6 yards. Next, out to this white silhouette, or 10-inch gong right there. That is at 30.5 yards. Then the black gong right there is at 40.3. That's also a 10-inch gong. The first white silhouette there, or not the first white silhouette, the kind of the solo white silhouette out there, is at 52.7 yards. The first black large silhouette, and I'll put the dimensions of all the targets down in the comments if you're interested in that, but that one is at 77.1 yards. And the last target on the range, or the last silhouette right there, is at 101.0 yards, right at 101 yards from where I shoot at. Alright, let's get this back out of here. And I'm going to have to get out of here before it rains, guys. As always, I had a lot of fun, and I will see you next time.